Racing to the 2020 Belmont Stakes, let's get an update on Tuesday, June the 9th. The big decision on Monday was Maxfield's Connections making the decision to bypass the Belmont Stakes for 2020. They're going to stay in the home sweet home state of Kentucky and point for the Bluegrass Stakes, a Grade 2. That'll be on July 11th, and then they'll decide if they want to have one more prep or just train up to the Kentucky Derby, as their big goal is to win that Kentucky Derby for 2020. He's one of the top 3 favorites right now. And Maxfield, I think that was a decision that I expected pretty much all along. Whether or not they want to maybe try to squeeze in the Travers will be decided later, but after a long layoff, it would have been a big ask and a big push to come back, ship to New York, run a sharp mile and an eighth, one turn against a horse like Tiz the Law. So Maxfield erring on the side of being 3 to 5, 4 to 5 in a race like the Bluegrass, get a 9 furlong prep in around 2 turns, no shipping at all, and then just kind of see what shakes out in the Belmont Stakes with Tiz the Law now clearly the 3 to 5 favorite for that Belmont Stakes. The other big decision yesterday was New York Central now looks like he's going to point for the Haskell. They have some points on the Kentucky Derby leaderboard. I think they realize Tiz the Law is kind of a beast right now, and they can be the controlling speed in the race like the Haskell. Although right now that Haskell's starting to shape up a little bit. We've got possibly Ete Indian on the front end. Authentic likes to run up on the front end. And now if you add some New York Central, New York Traffic, that would be 3 horses with some speed in the Haskell Stakes. Meanwhile, the Belmont Stakes yesterday, Tiz the Law, a smoking 5 furlong workout, galloped out 7 and a mile in 1:41. So Tiz the Law remains razor sharp. Now, he does have a long layoff since the Florida Derby. Remember, if he was going to run the Kentucky Derby, that would have been on May 2nd. And now he's waiting all the way till June the 20th for that next race. So he is as lightly raced of a horse as I've seen in the major classic races over the last 30 years. So we'll see. You know, a horse usually once they get kind of good, and it'll be interesting to see the Travers Stakes. They're still saying that's a possibility if they card that for August 1st. But right now the early rumblings is the Travers Stakes going to remain at 1.25 miles. So would you go 8 furlongs, 10 furlongs, 10 furlongs? And then would they even attempt to try to win that Triple Crown? I think we'll see how it all shakes out here, and I think they'll wait and see how the Bluegrass and the Haskell comes out before they even make that decision on the Travers. So that's a look at your Belmont Stakes update for Tuesday, June the 9th, 2020. Who do you like in the Belmont Stakes? Tiz the Law, Governor Morris, Dr. Post, Chivalry, and Sol Volante. They're all lining up for the Belmont Stakes.